band playing for some special occasion. Gurudev Swami Sivananda Maharaj comes up to the upper portion of the ashram from downstairs. Some visitor has kindly lent him his car, because all cars were Gurudev's cars. He had no car of his own. And I believe this was upon some special birthday anniversary of the Master. Maybe his 70th birthday anniversary. Therefore, it is a special anniversary, and therefore all these bands and elaborate paraphernalia. Devotees have come from all over India, and they are offering the traditional worship which disciples usually offer to the Guru within the context of India's spiritual culture and its ancient tradition. Guru is deified. He is regarded as a manifestation of the Supreme Being, because the Supreme Lord is unmanifest, and he manifests in a perfect, holy, saintly personality whom you have taken as your Guru. This is a very eminent scholar from Madras. He is called Divan Bahadur K.S. Ramsamy Shastri. Very eminent Sanskrit scholar as well as an English scholar. And he was a judge in his professional life. And yes, they are firing off a gun in the air for a cracker. And Gurudev, this is summer, therefore September is quite warm. So Gurudev is having just a t-shirt. And here is a glimpse of the worship they offer to his feet. It is called Guru Pad Puja. And K.S. Ramaswamy Shastri is explaining some significance of all the worship. This is a very eminent devotee and singer, a devotee of Lord Kartikeya called Murugadas. Just behind Gurudev is Mrs. Vani Bai Ram, a very, very ardent disciple and devotee who had many, many spiritual experiences of Gurudev, even having visions of Gurudev at her home when Gurudev was far away in the ashram. A general view of the crowd, Gurudev has just now garlanded a mason who has built some of the oh yes, there's a temple behind Gurudev, and so he has honored the mason by garlanding him. He is a builder. Now the upstairs visit is over, and off he goes down back to his kutir, because the residential cottage of Gurudev was in the lowest level, there right on the banks of the holy river Ganga, which river he loved. He always regarded Ganga as his mother. He addressed Ganga as his mother. His little cottage led directly to the water's edge through a flight of steps and a little platform where he could sit and meditate in the evenings. Here Gurudev is distributing some cashew nuts. He loved to distribute it. Here some devotee come from far off bringing a garland of roses. This type of rose garland is always prepared in South India, Madras. And someone is taking the garland away, and the roses will be distributed later on. Here is the Arati ceremony, waving of camphor, lit camphor. See, this usually comes towards the end of a ritual worship of Gurudev. Some person is doing a little bathing of Gurudev with sandal paste, liquid sandal paste, and he submits himself to all this just out of a sense of humor and also wanting to please the devotees. Here is Gurudev being worshipped by I think gold coins.
You can laugh, that's good.
Worship. This is the famous eye surgeon and Dr. Adhvaryu. He was quite young at that time, and he is now one of our senior trustees of the Divine Life Trust Society. offering Guru Dakshina. And Gurudev always had free literature ready to offer to people. Here's someone showing some photographs taken. And this entire function took place on the roof of a neighboring building adjacent to the Sivananda ashram, because there was not adequate space to have this function. So we utilized the roof of a neighboring building. Because the ashram being situated upon a hill slope, you see, is always a very little of flat and even space. It's either going up or coming down. The moment you opened the door and stepped out of his room, you either had to climb up or climb down. So it was the last portion of a hillock which sloped down right to the water's edge in Ganges. There was not much of a locality. It was by the side of the highway that led from Rishikesh to the shrine of Badrinath in the Himalayas. Actually, the highway cut the ashram into two. Part of the ashram was below the highway on the Ganges side, part of the ashram was above the highway on the hillside. Here they are all queuing up and garlanding them and going one by one after another. Yes, garland, namaskar, exit, garland, pranam, exit, garland, otherwise it will be never ending, you see. Yes, function is over and worshipful master is now on his way back to his little cottage. Now the scene changes. Here someone wanted to record a complete puja offered by devoted disciples to the Guru. And so they said, Swamiji, you must cooperate with us. We want to make a film of the puja. He said, all right, go ahead. And so this is all, it is all arranged puja to give an idea how a typical Guru Pada puja, that is the worship of the feet of the Guru, takes place from start to finish. Here is bathing the feet with milk and water. This puja is exactly in the same pattern or on the same pattern as any worship service of worship offered in any temple. See? See, after the bathing the feet and drying the feet, they offer flowers. Each flower is offering is accompanied by the recitation of a certain name of the Lord, the name of the Guru. I adore the Guru, who is my light of my life, and then you offer one flower. I adore the Guru, who is visible God to me, then you offer one flower. The flower offering is over now. Yes, now incense is offered to the Guru. That is the next item of the worship. And in the background you see the Ganges, the river Ganges, and the mountain on the far side, on the other bank of the Ganges, a light offering. After the incense there is a light is offered. After the light is offered, some flower offerings to the feet by all the people who are there. This was taken way back somewhere in the early 50s, very early 50s, maybe 51, 52, and now they distribute some prasad to everyone. Oh, he loved to distribute prasad to people. And they wanted to take an impression of his feet, so they I think Sitaji has got this
Yes,
footprint of Gurudev upstairs. Yeah. Oh. Well, for another important occasion, a party from Western India, the state of Gujarat, they came bringing with them a bigger than life-size painting of Gurudev. So they brought it in a procession from the railway station. This is the party, the members of the party. All of them coming from Western India, the state of Gujarat. And so they have installed that huge painting by the side of Gurudev. And here he is. Children are reciting some poems, little composition. Worship is over. Gurudev is on his way back to Kutir. And yes. Now he's going down the steps, you see, to his room. All of them take leave. Oh yes, now as part of this special celebration, the doctor had set up a free eye treatment camp, both medical as well as surgical, cataract operations and other things. This is the building where the camp was organized. It is hastily, it was fixed up, a few rooms and beds, and then operation theatre and all that. And Gurudev is about to inaugurate this eye camp. So this is the inaugural ceremony going on, and the picture of it. By the side of Gurudev is the surgeon. This gentleman is a very, very holy and pious man, head of another ashram nearby, between our ashram and Rishikesh. While coming, yes, someone is given a guard of honor. One guard of honor, ladies, and another guard of honor by little boys. Just like scouts raising their staffs, you see. I usually enjoyed it and entered into the spirit of the game. Oh, you see how it is summer. They are fanning off like anything. No, musical offering. This man in white who is playing the harmonium is our famous Nada Brahmananda Swamiji, before he became Swami. Yes, it is Nada Brahmananda Swami. Melissa, are you able to recognize him?
Hardly, Swami.
Yeah, you are right. It is a German family that was living in nearby city of Dehradun. They are also come to participate in the ceremony. The von Radloff family. They are somewhere in Dusseldorf now. Another Pada Puja going on by a very devoted family of South Indian people settled down in Calcutta. They were very, very active in carrying on Gurudev's Divine Life Society work in that city of Calcutta. The Neelakantan family. The daughter and son-in-law of this family are now doctors in upstate New York, I think Tarrytown or somewhere. Mrs. Murli Lahari and Lahari's father, Murli's father. Murli Lahari and Mr. Lahari, doctor. Both of them are medical doctors.
Swami.
Yeah, that is your Swami. Gurudev sitting down to a meal with all sadhus and other monks and devotees from nearby Rishikesh. This is a very rare scene. It was many, many years ago, somewhere in the late 40s. It was upstairs in the building which now houses the printing press of the society. And they sat in 2 rows, and you will see that for water and soup and all that, they have got mud cups, earthen cups, not china or stainless steel or anything. This is the sky above Rishikesh. The photographer must have taken a fancy to look up. Yes, reeds in the sunshine. One Christmas day in 1956, we had quite a large number of people from all parts of the world. Australia, Germany, France, and England, and United States, and so Gurudev gave them a big Christmas events. This is Swami Vishnu Devananda when he was a boy in the ashram. Can you recognize him? Swami Vishnu playing with his pet monkey. He is eating peanuts, you see. He is wanting to work for it. So he is trying to pry open his closed fists and Gurudev descending to take his dip in the Ganges. There you are. Yeah. And then he is doing a little bit of puja, worship, offering flowers to Mother Ganga, pouring a little milk, abhishek and water. The same type of worship that is offered. Then he is drying his body and putting on his new cloth. This is also quite old photograph. I've seen going years, nearly 40 years. Bath over, he's climbing up the stairs to go to his room. Now he'll give mantra diksha, mantra initiation to a disciple from central India. There you are, Gurudev practicing yoga, even with his bulky body and belly. Sivananda ashram. Some scenes of the ashram, people sitting and meditating in different parts of the ashram. Behind you have the office room where Gurudev used to come and sit and meet people every day. Swami Devananda, as a youngster, many years ago. Oh, this is a wonderful devotee of Gurudev from eastern India, called Shivananda Narayan Rao. He was full of Shivananda and had many mystical experiences of Gurudev. This is the steps leading to the temple of Lord Vishwanath, whose anniversary is tomorrow. So we are having a special puja at midday tomorrow. 31st of December 1943, the temple was consecrated personally by Gurudev. And so this is the Vishwanath temple. There is the bell tower in front of the temple. You see the bell. It is the worm's eye view of the bell. Here is the Divine Life pillar. There is a bell tower, steps leading down from it, and there is a pillar on your left foreground. This what legends on the pillar: serve, love, meditate, realize. And then one side is the universal prayer. Second side is the 20 spiritual instructions. Third side, a thumbnail sketch of Gurudev, main events in his life from birth to the present day. And then fourth side, prominent sayings from all the world religions. This is that side just now you are seeing now. All the world's religions. Heart of religion, Gurudev. There is a printing press within the ashram. Different departments of the society. Eye hospital and the general hospital. It is the Indian medicine pharmacy, Ayurvedic pharmacy, art studio, post and telegraph office, Shivananda Nagar. And this is Mother Ganga flowing past the ashram. And it's the view of Gurudev's kutir. Here is a boat coming across from the other side. Gurudev slowly emerging from his kutir, early morning, it is summer, and hot sun. The disciple is reverentially holding an umbrella over Gurudev. This is rather towards the latter part of his life, towards the ending years. I think it should be somewhat 1960 or 61 or 62. At that time he had some infirmity and arthritic condition, and his knees were giving him a lot of trouble. He could not walk. He had to be supported on either side by people. So he walked slowly. But there was a period when he was still worse and he had to use a wheelchair. This must have been in 1960. He is coming up to the office room from his cottage by the side of the Ganga. And all the way keeps joking and cracking jokes, laughing and talking. Yes, before entering the office, he's come and taken a seat, and some visitor is meeting him, having a little talk with the visitor. People are watching from a rooftop nearby. They are having a bird's eye view of Gurudev's progress. This is the picture inside his cottage. It is the front hall of his cottage. Someone is taking a signature to letter replies, and Gurudev is scrutinizing each letter and affixing his signature. This should be fall, I think. It's not yet winter, but definitely it's not summer. From the clothes he's wearing, he's having a light flannel shirt. The Eastern tradition is that the junior always bows down and actually places the head on the feet of the elder, the senior. A son does it to his father. A student does it to a teacher. A disciple does it to his guru. And servant does it to a master. This is a traditional way of offering reverential salutations. Different. Now someone is wanting to have a little arati to Gurudev, and this person who is doing the arati is the famous eye surgeon who is called Mataji now, and she is her monastic name is Swami Hridayananda, and she is mostly in Europe nowadays, either in Den Haag, that is the Hague, in Netherlands, or a child is being brought for Swami's blessings and placed at his feet, little child, by the mother. This is Swami Hridayananda. She has one residence in Paris, France, another residence in The Hague. Gurudev is gently conversing with people. Traditional mode of South Indian prostration. You can see Mr. Venka always doing this to Swami. All the four. Mr. and Mrs. Venka, and they have trained the children, two children, Priya and Nikhil also in the same way. Here Gurudev is exclusively giving a little satsang to the lady disciples. They are all doing a little bit of silent meditation in his presence. He has come to the office, and after office he is sitting outside the office in a chair, enjoying the sun. It's either the beginning of winter or the tail end of winter. They are having sweaters, I can see. Yeah, a little musical recital by another monastic resident of the Sivananda ashram, Swami Vidyananda. And Gurudev is joining in by keeping time with that traditional clapper. See, this is a clapper with the jinglers attached to it. Here is Mataji, Mother Hridayananda, playing the veena. And this Swami was a bhakta, a devotee, and especially enjoyed reciting the name of God. Therefore, Swamiji gave him the name Namananda, Swami Namananda. That means whose bliss is in the name. Nama is Sanskrit for name. Here is someone demonstrating the sun salutation exercise, Surya Namaskar, consisting of 12 poses, which included a number of asanas also, and with this system of regular alternate inhalation and exhalation and inhalation and exhalation, with one brief period of retention of the breath right in the middle of the namaskar. So it constituted physical exercise, asanas, pranayam, everything all put into one. Very ideal form of all-round physical culture, health culture. Oh, he is demonstrating some very difficult asana. The tortoise pose, kurmasana, the tortoise. Well, I can't do it. This much I can say. He is called Krishna. Vimalaji, has he taken sannyas or no?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, Krishna.
Oh, Krishnananda. No, you can see, oh gosh. Orthopedic people will say it's impossible. This is a concentration by sun gazing. Okay? They gaze at the sun, offering the adorations to the sun in the form of arghya, or water offering, uttering the Gayatri mantra. It is part of the 3 times worship which every Hindu is expected to do. Early morning before sunrise, at midday, and evening before sunset. These are the steps leading to the Ganges along the front of the entire Sivananda ashram complex. These steps are called ghats. And so these ghats characterize every pilgrimage center along any sacred river, either Ganga or Jamuna or any river. Varanasi, the sacred city of Kashi, is full of these ghats. So is Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, 80 miles from New Delhi, the capital, full of ghats. See, these steps leading to the river side, typical feature of all holy towns and cities built on the banks of any river. Swami Namananda meditating. What is this? I do not recognize. This is a picture of still another occasion. I'm not able to identify the occasion at the moment. Anyhow, you get a lot of darshan of Gurudev. See? In various moods, and always radiant, always cheerful. Oh, yes, he's having a group photograph taken with the family of devotees. See? That is Swami Chidananda for you. This is Ganesh atop the bell tower of Shiva Vishwanatha Mandir. Gurudev surrounded by devotees in front of some temple. I cannot identify it. I'm sure it's some special occasion. Or it may even be holy. See? The very thrilling part of it is still to come when you see scenes of various eminent spiritual personalities coming to visit him, and all that has been recorded. Sometimes the time sequence is a little, what shall I say? Mixed up exchange. That which is much later comes first, and that which is very early comes later on. And this may well be part of one of the functions which you already witnessed in part. See? This must be 1970, Platinum Jubilee, birthday anniversary of Gurudev, 70th year. Oh, that's right, that's right. Yes. This is the famous guru of Swami. This is the upside down Divine Society, upside down. I think you are. Swamiji in his element, alone in a garden. Swamiji is walking in a garden. Little meditation. Walk a little, meditate a little, do japa a little, concentrate. He's concentrating upon the between the eyebrows. Oh, 1 year there was an invasion by locusts, just like in the Old Testament, the biblical locust invasion. And then, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them for 2 or 3 days. They were all over the ashram, all over Rishikesh. They came somewhere from the plains, they were going towards the Himalayan mountains. Someone has recorded it. I don't know why it was put into the film. Anyhow, you can see that compared to their millions, we are only a little minority upon this spaceship Earth. So then you understand when they say rare is human birth, compared to the millions and billions of other species of living beings. This is Venkateshanji or Swami Vishnu Devanji doing the floating pose on the Ganges. It is called Jalastamba, flotation, without anything. Here is Yogi Bua. Nowadays he is established in New York. He is called Yogi Subramanya Bua. He is putting a little tiny tot through our paces in yoga. Yeah, lotus pose, bound lotus pose, Baddha Padmasan. Uh, uh, this is on the platform just below Gurudev's cottage on the banks of the Ganga. Lotus pose once again. Now this is Yoga Mudra. Yoga Mudra. I think it is his daughter. Daughter or granddaughter, I don't know. Meditation pose in lotus pose. Now fish pose, Matsyasana, which is usually done after the shoulder stand, you see, to relieve the congestion in the neck area. Oh, this is Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. This is bow pose, Dhanurasana. I wonder, that is cute. I wonder what she is doing now. This is a view of the worship of Ganga, and they usually at sundown, you see, twilight, they worship Ganga and offer lamps. They float down the river. It makes a pretty sight. Gurudev is visiting some temple, and they are offering worship to the deity there, and Gurudev is also standing and witnessing the worship offered to the deity. I cannot identify the place. Here's Gurudev. He is standing there when Arati is being offered to the deity. I think it's Gurudev's own temple above the Samadhi shrine. It's consecration. I think it was the Pratishtha ceremony of Guru Murti in the temple upstairs, above his present Samadhi shrine. That is right. During his lifetime itself, a devotee wanted that a life-size marble image of his should be enshrined in a temple. He said, okay, go ahead. Here, once again, out of the bag come a handful of almonds or a handful of pistachio or cashew nuts. He called it morning glory because he has a little tiny tot demonstrating dance. Good. What do you call that? Rapidly whirling around? Pirouetting. Another, he's watching a musical party. Oh, someone is raining some tiny little gold leaf. See? Yes. Oh yes, he used to subject himself to all types of vagaries and whims of. This is a very, very great devotee of Lord Narayana from South India. He was called Gopala Krishna Bhagavatar. He followed that ancient orthodox tradition of dedicating one's life totally to singing the names of God and spreading his glory and the message of devotion to God. And he had no other profession, no other career. And they took the vow of not keeping any money with them. And each day they went through the village singing the names of God, standing before each house, and then whatever alms were given, upon that they subsisted. This is a very well-known saint of North India called Prabhudat Brahmachari. Before him you saw what you call Siddhananda Bharati. Prabhudat Brahmachari and Gurudev Swami Sivananda were old friends. Many times they had gone together upon kirtan tours, etc. He is recollecting some of the old incidents, and he is full of joy. He is laughing. Gurudev and he both are in element. They both are in same mood. Yes. I think they are transported back into that period when they used to work together. Oh yes. That is, Gurudev is narrating some funny incident that happened some time back. And he is laughing. It is all some period when we did not know Gurudev. We were not even part of his life at that time. Now they have come out of the office and they are taking leave. Oh, Ma Anandamayi Ma ki jai. One day in 1956 she visited with Gurudev. This is Hari Baba, another very, very holy and well, highly revered saint. Ma Anandamayi and Hari Baba were staying together in the ashram on the opposite bank of the Ganges for a period of 2 months. Continuous satsang they were conducting. Upon invitation, one evening they visited Gurudev, and here is Gurudev trying to put a garland upon the saint. Saint is refusing and putting it to Gurudev, but Gurudev succeeds in putting it back in his. Now here is Gurudev in the center, Ma to his right, is this Ma Anandamayi. This is 1956, and Hari Baba to his left. This is Hari Baba. A very contemplative type of saint, very silent man, and who liked to sing the name of God, standing in the middle of a circle of devotees. They used to sing for hours on end. This is another Swami Nityananda visiting Gurudev. He is conducting kirtan. So due to Gurudev, we had the opportunity of having darshan of various holy men of all types, bhaktas, Vedantins, yogis, jnanis. This is in summertime, outside the office, and Gurudev is sitting and listening upon a cement coach, and this kirtan is going on. Background of the mountain on which the ashram is. This is a boat crossing the Ganga. Oh yes. The day after Ma Anandamayi and Hari Baba visited, 2 other saints came across and gave satsang. One was the Jagat Guru of the northern pontifical seat near Badrinath. This is Swami Shantananda, and other was a very famous, highly learned saint called Swami Akhandananda. So Akhandananda, Shantananda, Ma and Hari Baba, all 4 of them were in the other ashram. So 2 came, Ma and Hari Baba came one day, and now Jagat Guru, being a Jagat Guru, he is offered special reverence by Aarti and all that. He sits under a silken umbrella. They are all paraphernalia. Jagat Gurus have to go move with. And so here is Jagat Guru Shantananda, Gurudev on one side, and Swami Akhandananda. Now Akhandananda is in center, Gurudev is to his left, Shantananda Jagat Guru is to the right. This is inside the room because halfway through the satsang outside it started raining. Therefore they all had to adjourn and come inside the hall. So the rest of the satsang was conducted inside the hall, and this is a view of the satsang being conducted inside the hall. Oh, it was terrible summer, June or July, you see. And therefore, Swami Akhandananda is narrating how he first came into contact with Gurudev and his teachings. Jagat Guru Shantananda Shankaracharya Shantananda of the northern seat, he is giving his message. He was a very serious type of person. So he is giving his message in a dignified way, as befits the Jagat Guru. Akhandananda was more informal. And Gurudev, of course, was absolutely informal and chatty. And Swami Akhandananda is a very eminent scholar. He is one of the well-known personalities today in India. The family of Birla, they are all devoted to him.
Swami.
Yes, that's right. Akhandananda has got, we are consulting about the transportation, how they will return. Because it has started to rain, the boat may not ply, and therefore we are thinking of sending them by car all along to Lakshman Jala and across by bridge he unfoot, and then that was it. This is finished. That scene is over now. Now this is another same hall, but Gurudev is sitting in satsang. Visit of Dattaram Parvatikar, a genius in classical music, but at the same time a very great ascetic and a devotee of the Lord. He is coming to visit. He was called the Veena Swami. 6 months he used to stay in holy Badrinath, and 6 months in the plains. And this is Swami Brahm Prakash, a very learned and holy saint of Uttarakashi, on a visit to ashram, and Gurudev and Brahm Prakash are together. And Gurudev is showing him around the ashram. Brahm Prakash used to be mistaken for Neem Karoli Baba. He is not Neem Karoli Baba. He is Swami Brahm Prakash, a very eminent. See, now this is what happens with it. It's not edited properly. We are now switching back to the same Gopala Krishna Bhagavatar who had already once appeared. Maybe it was the next day. Gurudev is offering garlands to them, and true to tradition, while they are there also, they did not join the diners in the dining hall and take food served to them. They always begged their food, got raw rations, and they had to cook it themselves and eat. That was their vow, to live in that way. Therefore, here also, he is being given some fruits and vegetables and rice and wheat, grains of wheat or wheat flour, and alms. This is rice being made out and given, and he accepts this as alms. And all the while he is dancing and singing the names of the Lord. A little group. This is the Guru of Swami Chinmayanandaji Maharaj. Swami Tapovan of Uttarakashi, very well known saint, and very great meditator and a great scholar. Tapovan and Swami Sivananda were old-time companions when Gurudev first reached Rishikesh in 1924, and later on went and settled down in Swargashram on the other bank of the Ganges. At that time, Swami Tapovan also was living in Swargashram on the opposite bank of the Ganges. So they have been early companions, long before Sivananda came to be known to the world. He and Tapovan were companions in penance and spiritual living in Swargashram. So they meet again. He used to come every year in winter down. Tapovan, Swamiji is showing him all around. Here they are going into the office. Swamiji is explaining to him the different departments. And Swami Tapovanam is he is receiving some literature, and people are prostrating to him as soon as he comes. Chinmaya, Swami Chinmayanandi got all his training in Upanishad Gita from Tapovan. Here is another eminent saint, a great renunciate and a silent saint, constantly immersed in God. He is called Narayan Das Paramahamsa. He is coming across from the other side to have darshan of Gurudev, and they sit and have talk, and then later on he is coming up to see the ashram, going up to the temple. This is another saint, also called Narayanananda, who had his ashram on the way to Mount Kailash in the Himalayas, an ashram called Kailas ashram used to call it. Swami Narayananda was a great exponent of devotion and the divine name. He is no more now. though he was younger to Swami, a wonderful singer of Kirtan. Gurudev invites him to have his lunch in his own cottage downstairs. So they are eating in Gurudev's cottage by the side of Mother Ganga. Okay. This is it is a cameraman's fault.
Sorry.
Yes, he is seeing some photographs of his own kirtan the previous evening, when at one stage he went into ecstasy and fell in a faint. Then it was snapped. He did not know. He is looking at this picture and is surprised, and he is feeling embarrassed. Yes, now he is taking leave. Swami Narayanananda. Narayan Swami used to be known. Narayan Swami is Kailas Ashram. On the way to the Tibetan Mount Kailas and Manasarovar. So you see Gurudev coming across various. We are once again back to recollecting old incidents. He is laughing and laughing and laughing, unable to control himself. Here is a eminent holy lady, the direct disciple of Upasini Maharaj, the one and the only disciple of the original Sai Baba of Shirdi. Sai Baba of Shirdi had thousands of devotees, but he made no one his disciple. And the sole exception was a Brahmin yogi called Upasini Maharaj. And he took him under his care and took him right up till illumination, then asked him to settle down in a village 3 miles from Shirdi. So Upasini Maharaj settled down with an ashram in Shirdi, and later on he left his succession to one of his lady disciples, who was a very holy lady called Sati Godavari Bai. She is still alive, quite old now, and she visited Gurudev with a large, mischievous pickle and chutney. And before she left, Gurudev invited the whole party. She came with some 15-16 lady disciples of her, and they were all well trained in chanting of Vedic mantras and performing of Vedic ritual, ceremonial, fire ceremony, etc., and different pujas. They were very well up in Sanskrit and Vedic knowledge, and they are performing Aarti to Mother Ganga one evening. You see how beautiful is the sight. They are all waving camphor lights to Mother Ganges, and later on they will float little lamps as a flower offering. This is a great authority in the sacred scripture Bhagavatam. See, one of the source scriptures of the path of devotion. He was called Swami Bhagavatananda, holding forth and lecturing on Bhagavatam. These are all flashes, glimpses. Gurudev's various spiritual personalities. He's making gestures for the camera. This is Dr. Ian Kent, one of the first supporters of Swami Vishnu Devanji. When he came to Montreal in 19, Sitaji must be recognizing him, yeah. Dr. Ian Kent. He went for a month's visit to Gurudev in the April of 1960. These pictures were taken then. I was at the center then at MacGregor during his absence. This is Christmas celebration, December 1960, Mr. Vardar of Australia reading from the Bible. And Vardar was a musician, music teacher and himself a virtuoso, and he is playing upon the harmonium, and each one of the foreign visitors were asked to talk. This is
What's it called? What was it?
This is Hans, someone from Stuttgart. This is a lady called, I forget her name, she's also from Germany, West Germany. Everyone comes and speaks, and two lamps arranged in the form of cross and Om, lit up, arranged in a big place. They are lit up at the base of the Christmas tree. Lamp in the form of Om, and there is a Christmas tree. And the celebration went on till midnight, and then Gurudev made all people happy with the crackers and balloons and Christmas cards, and each visitor was given a individual cake with his own name on it, personalized Christmas cakes. You call those things crackers which two people hold on two sides and pull, Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And it always has something concealed in it, some toy whistle or something. Explaining some gift. Each visitor is offering one gift to Gurudev, and then Gurudev, says, and Gurudev in turn offers each visitor a little, oh yes, we are throwing balloons at people, and here's a little youngster enjoying his balloon. Swami also is enjoying the balloon, and Gurudev also is enjoying the balloon. Okay. This is 1956, December 24th, midnight. This is, I think, we are switching on from ashram. This is Hyderabad, the city of Hyderabad in South India, one of the annual All India Divine Life conferences. To the left of me is the famous Kavi Yogi Shuddhananda Bharatiyar with a cloth tied round his head and a little goatee beard. He was an amazing man, a master of several languages and a fluent writer in English, Tamil, Telugu, Canarese, French, Latin, and some of his French poetical compositions are in the texts of students studying at Sorbonne, the University of Sorbonne in Paris. He lived for 25 years in the famous ashram of Aurobindo in Pondicherry, Aurobindo ashram. This is upon the dais of that particular conference, you see. The sister of Swami Madhavanji, I think. Kumini Mataji, yeah.
That's Swami Premananda?
Yes. To the left of me is Swami Premananda. This is Swami Chidananda speaking without making noise. The unveiling of a portrait of Gurudev, painting of Gurudev, and then offering of worship. This is at the conclusion of one session. See, conclusion of one session in the conference. Usually these conferences are 3-day affairs. You see, and inaugurated early in the morning by hoisting of a flag. This is Premananda. And also they involved a procession through the city, chanting of God's name, so that people come to know about the conference. Programs are distributed, and also free literature is distributed during the course of the procession through the main marketplaces of the city.